There is a seductive and dangerous leadership style that's destroying the world around us. This is a leadership style that wins hearts, but can also quietly erode trust, divide teams, and dismantle everything you might be trying to build. As a leader, you want to lead with heart. You want your people to know you're on their side. You want them to trust and believe, first in what you say, and then maybe in you. But what if the very strategy that makes you relatable, makes you loved, and makes people follow you, is also what's quietly tearing your organization apart? Populist leadership feels powerful. It feels personal. But beneath the surface lies a trap few leaders and even fewer followers see coming. The more you lean into emotional allegiance, the more you risk losing clarity, competence, and results that are good for the organization. And by the time you realize it, the damage is already done. And before your followers realize it, well, there is often no coming back for the organization. However, sometimes it may start with good intentions. But populist appeal, which is the positioning yourself as the voice of the people, while calling out power structures, other leaders, or the system, can make you feel like a leadership superpower. It makes you seem grounded, powerful, even superhuman. You're not hiding behind titles. You're speaking their language. You get them. You tell yourself and others that you are speaking for the people and that you are speaking truth to power until you become the power. And that's why it works. Sometimes in the beginning. Why? Because when people feel ignored, downtrodden, undervalued, or burned out, and when they hear a leader say, "I see what you're going through, and I'm with you," this becomes like oxygen. It creates an instant connection. They rally behind you. They trust you. They feel beholden to you. Their hopes are invested in you. They may even uplift you. Done right, this strategy builds engagement, renews morale, and can even reignite a failing company, or reinvigorate a country with a mediocre economy. You become the one leader they believe will actually make a difference. You become the leader who will make them feel good again, or who promises to make their organization, well, great again. But that's also where things get dangerous. When emotional appeal replaces strategic thinking. The very thing that draws people in, emotional loyalty, can backfire if you and they aren't careful. When everything becomes us versus them, you invite division. You erode trust in the wider organization. Intentionally or not, people learn that alignment with the leader matters more than accountability, and that raw passion outweighs process and procedures, and trumps performance and responsibility. Team members stop questioning. Dissent dries up. People start cheering, not thinking. And the other people stop resisting and begin fearing, retreating, and hiding. And here's the kicker. The more emotionally attached people are to the leader, the harder it becomes for anyone to spot when the wheels are coming off, when the ship is sinking, when the organization is self-destructing. That's how cults form in cultures, and that's how cliques and silos form in companies and even countries. That's how high potential and talented professionals walk out the door or are pushed out the company. That's how smart, once capable, former top of the line teams. Companies and countries start to rot from the inside. Let's be real. Oversimplification is a threat. Populist-style leadership thrives on simple narratives. Good versus bad, right versus wrong, us versus them. But most organizational challenges, they're messy. They require nuance, patience, collaboration, and yes, sometimes examining the uncomfortable truth. If you rely solely on strong, power-driven declarations and emotional sound bites, then you and your team of followers will miss the deeper, collaborative, strategic work that effective leadership actually demands. You don't need a louder voice. You need a clearer compass. You don't need a leader who dictates. You need a leader who collaborates. You don't need a leader who mirrors a rabble-rouser. You need a leader who embraces timeless wisdom and demonstrates grace, flexibility, sensitivity, and accountability to all. So, can a populist leadership style work? The answer is yes. Populist leadership can work well, and we have many examples from across history, but it works well only under 5 non-negotiable conditions. First, the leader must be anchored in truth. Emotional connection means nothing if it's built on lies, half-truths, or manipulated narratives. Integrity has to be the foundation. Second, honesty must lead the way, especially when it's uncomfortable. Your people deserve the truth, not just what feels good in the moment. And don't replace facts with fiction. Third, there must be deep respect for institutions, processes, and expertise. You don't have to tear the house down to remodel it. Populist leaders should work with the system to improve it, not torch it out of frustration, envy, or revenge. Fourth, there must be a clear moral compass and unwavering commitment to ethical decision-making. Populist energy without principled action is reckless. The highest values, not popularity, must guide your choices. And finally, the leader must be willing to move from rallying to leading. Stirring up people's emotions is relatively easy. But channeling that energy into real, positive, mission-focused, and lasting change that benefits the team? That's exemplary leadership. That's what people really need. So, what should you do instead? Yes, you can use populist leadership. And yes, keep the heart, keep the empathy, keep the connection, but pair it with accountability, pair it with demonstrated responsibility, pair it with honesty and truth, pair it with real solutions that benefit all your stakeholders. Pair it with sensitivity and respect for all. Here's the key. Use populist appeal as a bridge, not a battering ram. Speak with the people, not down to them. Reflect their pain, but don't ignore the truth. Validate their feelings while still making wise, long-term strategic decisions that serve the entire organization. And remember, leadership isn't about being loved. It's about being trusted. Because in the end, your job isn't just to win hearts alone. It's to protect and enhance the entire body of the organization. So, here is a known fact. Most successful leaders surround themselves with people who they listen to, whom they trust, and whose ideas they deeply ponder. They also embrace leadership coaching, something that I suggest that you consider. Interested? Contact me at www.marcusmotley.com.